The one who was crying that I buy for him kiatu ya ball. He dies, and I go home, find him buried. Lydia was sick, Hillary is sick. Lydia dies first, we bury Lydia. After 1 week, Hillary is dead. Because my life may change. I don't know myself anymore. I don't control my moods. There is just something controlling me.
Welcome to My Beautiful Scars. This is an initiative by RTT, Radiant Throne Themes, aimed at equipping you with mental muscles through testimonies of lived experiences and expertise, help into mental resilience. We bring to you psychoeducation from lived experience, helping you put context in your own life experience.
Welcome to My Beautiful Scars. My beautiful scars. My beautiful scars. You're not the parent, you're not everything. And the family is now in your hands in a way because you said that there was another, wife to your dad, but then she was also new in the family. So basically, and because of bonding, the children know you, your siblings know you, and you like everything now. So what happened after that,
Immediately after my father's death, our last-born twin got sick. After some months, they died, I think, the same year with my father.
The twins, both of them together?
No,
Okay.
the younger ones. The twins, there's the first one and the last one.
Yeah.
So the last one alikuwa anaitwa Regan. And when I was coming to Nairobi, you remember they were crying that after burial I come back with them. And then the uncle said that twins are very delicate to handle, so I should not come with them. So I left them at home. Now, I receive a message that the boy is sick. Before I go home, the boy is dead. The one who was crying that...
You go with?
The one who was crying that I buy for him kiatu ya ball. He dies, and I go home, find him buried. It was so painful to me, and he died before I bought for him the shoe, and that thing was killing me. I wished I bought for him the shoe he wanted. Then I'm at home. I stayed at home for 3 days, and then I came back. When I came back, that is the year 2000. After that, my younger sister, remember Vida was a girl pia.
Yeah.
My now younger sister alikuwa naitwa Naiga. She came to Nairobi after sasa there's no one at home. She came to Nairobi. Now my other sister was also married. Now sometimes she stays with Eve, the other sister, and sometimes she stays with me. And then she got married. After some time, Naiga got sick.
While married?
While married.
Yeah.
And she is at home, and I'm calling the husband. How is Naiga doing? And ananiambia, Naiga is okay. And what is the problem? Ati yako na shida kwa tumbo sijui nafura, kitu kaa hiyo. And then I ask him, instead, and how is medication at home? Instead of us coming home, see, we send you the money, you bring her to Kenyatta. I remember telling him on a Saturday. And then he tells me, let me consult with my mother. And then on Sunday, I remember I was putting on the choir uniform, black skirt and black nini. I remember, let me call home first before I go to church. And then I ask him, how is Naiga doing? Ati ako tu. And ameamkaje, nataka kuongea na yeye. Then he tells me she cannot talk. And I'm like, why? And I talked to her yesterday, nilimwambia issue ya Kenyatta, akaniambia mimi bora nipone, mimi bora munisaidie. And then she cannot talk. How? And we talked yesterday. Ati she cannot talk. I disconnected the call. I called my husband. I told him, I'm going home now. I'm going home now. Nimesikia Naiga is very sick. I have to see her today. And then I passed by church. I told my pastors and a few people, and then I headed home. Nikafika home usiku sana. Ilikuwa kitu 7, 8. I went into the hospital. Inside the hospital, Naiga could not, I don't know whether she could see me, but nilikuwa naona saa zingine attention yake inakuja kwangu, na ninamshika, na it was just a serious issue. Sasa hata sijui niseme nini. Anajipiga hivi, anajipiga hivi, anajipiga hivi. I didn't know she was going.
She was not talking.
She could not talk. And then I just stayed with her until kitu saa 10. Kuna wakati hapo niliona kama anapumua na ananyamaza. I thought, because the others hawako wamekufa kama niko. So I didn't know how mtu anakufa mpaka dakika ya mwisho.
You told us that you also found your mother, your mother
my
had
mother
died
had
in
died,
your absence,
buried,
and they
my father
her.
died, like
And
that.
then your father also died in your absence, and then
Regan died
Regan
in my
at the same
absence.
time.
And
So
now
now this is now your sister, and you are now present.
I'm
You,
now present.
wondering, yeah.
Now the husband alipata usingizi kidogo. Mama yangu huyo mama yetu, my stepmother, alikuwa amelala, and the mother-in-law to Naiga was also asleep. Sasa mimi nilikuwa nimekaa tu karibu na Naiga hivi. I am seeing everything. And then kuna wakati akaenda. I'm waiting for her to come back because ilikuwa ni kukuja kuenda. Now I'm waiting for her to come back. She's not coming back. And then nimemshika mikono mpaka nasikia nguvu inaisha kwake. And then nikaweka mkono zake polepole. Uoga ikaniingia mpaka I want to call the sisters and I don't know how. There is just this fear ambayo ilinikujia kwenda tu kwa room ya sisters. Nilikuwa na uoga hata siwezi understand at that moment. And then nikatoka nikaenda nikaita sisters. Can you come? Wakikuja, wakamwangalia, wakajaribu kumfinya hizo tumbo wanafanyanga, and then nikaona wanamfunika na bed sheet. Nikajua Naiga is gone. Then nikatoka nje. I started walking. I didn't know where I was going. I was just walking. I didn't know who to tell. Na sijui nini inaendelea. Wale watu wakaamka saa zile sasa sister na nini ndio kila mtu anashangaa. So they have started crying. Mimi nikatoka. I think nilitembea for a long time na sikujua ninaenda wapi. And then I remember I texted my husband. Nikamwambia Naiga is dead. Iyo tu. And then I came back slowly now to the hospital. Nikapata sasa, when I was coming, the mortuary was outside the room, the ward. Now they were carrying her to the morgue. Then now I came back to Nairobi. We were told to go back to my home. We cried there first. And then I went there and everybody's looking at me like the mother. And then I said, I'm going to Nairobi now. I got tired. Everybody crying and everybody addressing me. And I said, I'm going back to Nairobi. And I left immediately. I went to Oyugis.
That was before burial?
Before burial. Now, she has just died. Now, Sasa, it is the home. They prepare, they tell us the dates and everything. And then we went for the burial. She was buried. And we came back.
How was it like after that? How was support? Did you receive any kind of support that time? The people surrounding you, like, how was it like? you know?
It was just the condolences za kawaida. Oh, my condolences, pole sana, pole sana. It was just that. And then maybe financially,
Financial support, yeah.
maybe mtu ange nini kidogo tu. Then I just came back to Nairobi and I started life again. After 2 years, my brother again, now this one was following Naiga. He did his KCSE exam, he got a B+. He wanted to be a doctor. And then we struggled as our family, we struggled, raise some money. And then he joined KMTC in Nakuru. First semester, when he came back, he told me he wants to go home. I'm not coming to Nairobi. I'm going home, and then I will come back to Nairobi as I go to school. And when he was at home, I start hearing messages that he's not feeling well. Anaumwa na tumbo, nini.
The symptoms are the same, you know.
The symptoms are the same.
Yeah, because the first one had also issues to do with the stomach. Now this one is again like, you know, the same issue again.
Now when he came back, I didn't see him. He just went direct to school in Nakuru. And then alikuwa amekaa to wait mara moja. Amekonda mpaka hata uwezi jua ni yeye. So when I went to see, those people tried as doctors. They really tried. But they could not get what is wrong with Kevin. And Kevin came back to Nairobi. He went to stay with my brother. And one day I went to see him there. And I broke down. Alikuwa amekonda. In fact, I met them on the way wakisindikisha wageni. Nikapitana na hao. Hata sikuongea nao sana. Nikaenda kwa nyumba. Nililia. So as I was crying, kumbe washakuja, wananiona vile ninalia. And sasa wakati huo ilipata kama Kenyatta amepelekwa kila wakati, hakuna kitu wanapata inamfanya. So they decided to take him home. My stepmother said that ebu mumlete nyumbani tujaribu na kienyeji. And akiwa hapo nyumbani akakufa tena. And that was painful. Because he used to tell me, Dorothy, mngangane tu na mimi. I will change the look of this home because my parents died when ndio tumetoa boma, nyumba iko tu hapo sketchy. Tuliachwa pale baba. And he was saying, mngangane tu na mimi, I will change the look of this home.
Yeah.
And after one semester, he's dead. He's gone.
So painful.
Kwa familia yetu, yeye ndiye alikuwa amesoma at least. Ameenda hadi college. Sisi wengine tulikuwa tunaacha shule.
I'm looking at the performance ya KCSE. B+ is a good
B+.
grade. It's a very good grade, yeah.
Alikuwa kuwe daktari mzuri. And we were hoping now, at least we have this one. We could meet as a family. Kila mtu analeta yake kidogo kidogo. We send. Kila mtu analeta yake kidogo kidogo. Mimi hata ndio nilimpeleka shule. Mpaka nikampeleka kila kitu. I was the guardian. So at the end of the day, Kevin is gone again. We organized the burial. We went home. Watu wa KMTC wakakuja, tukamshonea hadi dust coat. I just said, let us bury him as a doctor. Let us bury him with a dust coat. I even wanted a stethoscope. Awekewe tu kwa shingo. And he was gone. We were struggling with my elder brother. After 3 years, when we come back, my elder brother is also sick. Same symptoms.
The same symptoms.
Yeah. I struggled with that one now. yeye alinipata kama mimi ndio niko naye. I struggled with him kila wakati, ati low sugar, nampeleka Lucy Kibaki, anawekewa glucose, anarudi immediately. Akikaa kidogo ana I don't know, sio kufaint, hadi mdomo inatoa mate, sijui ana behave aje. I was like, nini inaendelea? Nini inaendelea kwa hii nyumba yetu? I struggled with him. Nampeleka Lucy Kibaki, nikimrudisha kwa, anawekewa glucose immediately, anarudi. Naambiwa akule. Najaribu kumpikia, saa 6 usiku napigiwa simu, ameenda tena, amekuwa flat. By that time I was a preschool teacher. So na wakati huo Mungiki pia walikuwa Dandora. You can't just walk like that. I was living in Dandora. So ndio nitoke kwangu niende kwake, singeenda hivyo haraka. So I have to wake up in the morning, go to school, report, then I tell my head teacher what is happening again. She was very understanding. Kila wakati nikimwambia alikuwa ananiachilia, ninaenda. So I go back to his place, I take her again to Lucy Kibaki the next day again, until I developed a habit of switching off my phone, because I've received this message saa 6 usiku, nitakaa mpaka saa 2 asubuhi kama niko tormented, ninasikia vibaya. I struggled with him until shule zikafungwa. And then nikasema napeleka huyu kijana sasa Kenyatta. Because hii maneno ya Lucy Kibaki during the day, usiku anazimia tena. Nikampeleka Kenyatta. Nikishampeleka Kenyatta, akakaa kidogo tu. And then akaanza, I struggled. I even left him there. Nikasema wacha niende, let me just go and pray. Nikaenda kwa mkutano mahali, people were eating, mimi hata sikuwa nataka kukula. I just went there, Mungu anisikie tu, aponye my brother. The day I came from that meeting on Sunday, nikaingia on Monday. Nikiingia nikapata alitapika damu. People went and found him leaning on the sink. Ya OC. Ametapika damu. So nikienda nashindwa.
So at this point wamepata at Kenyatta now at the
Kenyatta,
I'm looking at
we ran so many tests. Hata hiyo hata haikuwa ni shida. Sasa ninaambiwa enda upime hepatitis G what. So many tests. I did a lot of tests, hawapati ugonjwa. Ile tu wanaweza sema. Niliomba watu pesa, because sasa ule mama yetu ule ako ushago. Unajua sasa when our parents died, hatukuwa tumebond na huyo my stepmother. So yeye ako tu uko nyumbani, but sina hata kitu ya kumuuliza sana. Maybe one uncle ambaye tuko naye uko nyumbani ningemuuliza, but sio sana. Mimi nilikuwa na depend tu kwa friends. So nilikuwa na hata kwa hiyo ward watu walikuwa nasema huyu msichana Ken alikuwa naambia wenzake, huyu sister yetu ni kama mwanaume, akisimama pale kwa balcony anarudi na hiyo pesa. Niliomba watu pesa, people really supported me. So nikitoka kwa mkutano huko ushago, nikiingia nikapata ako serious, nafaa kufanyiwa endoscopy. Hata watu walikuwa wamenichangia, but nilikuwa nataka niende niombe Mungu kwanza. Nikikuja nikapata anatapika damu. Sasa hawezi fanyiwa endoscopy kwa sababu ni blood, haiwezi kuwaruhusu wafanye vizuri. So after hiyo meeting, my brother took kitu 2 to 3 days. There is a day nilienda nikapata hakuli. Nikasema huyu mtoto wetu ama ni njaa inamfanya pia hivi. Nikauliza sister, is it okay nikimpatia hata uji? Wakaniambia if you can just give him. Nikachukua uji. Nikishachukua uji na alikuwa amelala, nikaweka kijiko ya kwanza akakunywa, kijiko ya pili akakunywa, kijiko ya tatu vile niliweka hivi ikamchoka. Juu anakunywa kama amelala. So vile alianza akaanza kukohoa, ile iko deep. Anakohoa, and that is how Ken aliwekwa kwa oxygen. So I was like, Is it me who has killed him because of this uji? I was wondering, kwa nini hawakuniambia he's strong? Kwa nini hawakuniambia the position kumweka? From that time, akaanza tu ku groan na ndani. Uji haitoki, lakini sasa akawekwa kwa oxygen. Dakika kidogo sasa naona ako kwa oxygen. Anatoa tu damu ndio anarusha hivi. Sometimes anafungua macho, lakini alikuwa worse from the point. From that time nikimpatia uji, I blamed myself, nikasema have I killed my brother? It is me, because hata Eri angekaa kiwako hivyo flat, but he's not dead. Nikarudi nyumbani kama niko devastated, nashindwa have I killed my brother? The next day nikienda nikapata tu wako hivyo,
Still on oxygen.
still on oxygen.
Yeah.
Anatoa tu damu, oxygen imejaa blood. Sasa nikaona anajaribu kupumua, anaenda akirudi. Saa 8 watu wakatoka nje, mimi nikabaki naye. Naona ni kama ananiona. At some point nilikuwa naona macho yake inakuja na sasa inasimama kwangu hivi. Namuuliza Ken, Nyathiwa ni kusema mtoto wetu, ni nini nakuua? I've run so many tests, what is killing you? At that point, before people came back, nikaona tu akienda, before watu warudi saa 10. Akienda, anaenda, anarudi, anapotea, anaenda, anarudi. Mpaka saa zingine niliongojea, nikaona harudi, nikaenda kwa sisters, nikaambia sisters, hebu kujeni muangalie Ken. Wakikuja, wakanitoa nje. I didn't go far. Vile waliweka curtain, nilikuwa nachungulia na hapo katikati. Naona wakimfinya tumbo, anafungua hivi mdomo, nasema my brother is not dead. Kumbe hajakufa. Narudi na Ken, nasema hajakufa. And then wakimwacha, nikasikia wakisema hapo ndani, this boy tumeng'ang'ana tu kujua kitu ilikuwa inafanya huyu kijana. Kijana amekufa kama hatujui kitu inamfanya. And the way I've struggled, the way I've used money, the way hiyo kitu imeni drain, I could not eat. Wewe ni Kenyatta, saa 5 ushafika Kenyatta, saa 8 unarudi. Mtoto wetu mimi tu ndio walikuwa wananitegemea. I thank God for few friends walikuwa wananipeleka, watu wananipatia fare za kuenda, but it's not easy. He was my best friend. Sasa the first son, yeye ndiye alikuwa ananifuata. He was my best friend. Kila wakati nilikuwa tunakaa na yeye, ananipatia hope. And then Ken is dead. And then naanza kukusanya matanga tena. He got married to a certain lady, but walikosana kabla Ken agonjeke. And then this lady sasa tukiwa OC tukamuita. So alikuwa ananiambia, nilifanya vibaya kutoka kwa nyumba yangu, Ken akipona na kuja kwa nyumba yangu, narudi kwangu. And then Ken dies. And then now the lady is not there. So niko 41 pahali alikuwa naishi, niko kwangu. Niko huku, niko kwangu. Kila mtu ananitaka. Church wananitaka. Pali alikuwa anafanya kazi Machakos, country bus, wananitaka. I was all over. Nilikuwa nang'ang'ana. I was trying to be strong. Na hata watu walikuwa nasema, hey, if we can have people like you, watatu, tunaweza kuwa sawa. But they didn't know vile nilikuwa nasikia.
It was already broken inside.
Nilikuwa naumia. Yani the pain, ile kifo imeweka ndani yangu, sijui inaweza kuwa compared na nini.
Yeah.
And then we go home, we bury him.
So Dorothy, I'm looking at all these things. So sorry for what happened. For lack of a better word, that has been such an intense. That was quite intense, and witnessing all this, and now everything is happening and everybody's looking at you. I'm just listening to those comments that, wow, you're strong, are you okay? If we could get people like you know, and then inside, you know, you're bleeding, and that when, you know, when such a thing happens and you're all over, you don't get time even to mourn. So how you know, you're busy all over, and you didn't get time even like to sit down with that pain and process it, or even try to imagine what happened. So okay, like how was it like? You know, you're done with the burial, you're back.
Yeah. From here we went home. Watu wanaingia hivi nyumbani, kila mtu analia, mimi aunties wanakuja watu wanakuja wananiambia, we need sugar. The catering people are waiting. Don't cry. And naita mtu anasimamia boots. Na wanatoa kila kitu. So you forget that something happened. Na nina peana kila kitu. And then burial inaisha.
You're back now.
I'm back again.
The strong person is now back to, you know.
After that,
how was it like when you are now alone?
You are broken. I don't know. I don't have the right word. But seeing them die, even in my hands, is not an easy thing.
Quite devastating. I know it's not
It's
something
not an easy thing.
So now briefly, like, could you just talk to us about, you know, that is a long journey, and I understand you're talking over 7 siblings dying at your watch. You know, what is that moment that you remember that was most painful for you? Like, although all of them were, but then, did you even realize that you're suffering internally, like you're bleeding, you know? And what is that one thing that, you know, left you, I wouldn't want you to compare, but left you, you know, like crushed?
The worst one was now the next, because that was Lydia and Hillary. Lydia was sick, Hillary is sick. Lydia dies first, we bury Lydia. After 1 week, Hillary is dead. That was the worst. Because
that is
at
a
least
span of 1 week.
A span of 1 week.
They were all sick at the same time.
They were all sick at the same time, but Hillary hakuwa nataka nijue. Hakuwa nataka nijue. Hadi I told you, hadi anasaidiwa na watu huko. Anaambia watu wana watu because hataki kuniumiza, because
so he was staying away from
he was staying in his house at Gashie.
Oh, yeah.
So he's sick there. He tells people, I don't have people.
Relatives.
I don't have relatives because hataki kuniumiza because I'm taking care of Lydia at Kenyatta Hospital. Lydia had cancer, ovarian cancer. So nampigia na mwambia, Upio, kwa nini ukuji kunisaidia na tuko na wewe sasa Nairobi? Anasema nitakuja. The next thing I hear, ako nyumbani. Nasema, what's wrong? Kwa nini Hillary ananiacha nikiwa na Lydia? Kumbe amelemewa huko. So nikienda huko, ndio nasikia vile watu wananiambia, alikuwa amelemewa hadi anachangiwa kwa soko. Atiana watu wao. Kumbe hakuwa nataka nijue kwa sababu anaona vile ninaumia. Unaona? So hawa wawili ndio niliona hapana, ninaumia. Nitakufa nisiposaidiwa. That is when sasa nilianza kuona I need help. I need to be helped. This is not normal now. Na hizi vitu zinanimaliza. Hapo ndio pali niliona. Hizo zingine at least nilikuwa naona tu ni vifo. Lakini ya hawa wawili, kuna pali ilifika na mimi ile siwezi, I don't know. It has really affected me.
Yeah.
After that, ndio sasa nimeanza kuona effect ya hizo losses kabisa. Because my life imechange. I don't know myself anymore. I don't control my moods. There is just something controlling me. Triggers everywhere. Nikienda pahali, everything is triggered. Yani everything. Because there are many. There are things nikiona nakumbuka mama yangu. There are things nikiona nakumbuka baba yangu. There are things nikiona nakumbuka Naiga. Akikufa, akiacha macho yake hivi. Everyone nitaona ambaye analalanga kama ameacha hivi. Hata kwa class. I told you I was a teacher by that time. So when kids wamelala, Mtoto ule atalala tu kama ameacha hivi macho hivi kidogo,
You remember.
nishakumbuka mwingine. So there are triggers all over, everywhere. My brother was alikuwa ni conductor. Alikuwa anapenda kucheza na conductor wenzake kwa mlango, akiniambia kuja leo nikupeleke home. Whenever mina matatu na ninaona conductors wakicheza, na mkumbuka, now was my brother just to die. Na watu wengine wamebaki tu wakinini. So it has changed my life. I don't control my moods. Just the only thing naweza sema niko na advantage, it is because I'm saved. And prayer helps. Sometimes you just go to God and pray, and sometimes you find relief.
Yeah.
But it has not been an easy thing.
It
does
can't
not
be easy. It can't be easy. We can't say that it is well, because again, as I said, that the brain is recording all this, and you know, it's been quite intense, and you know, witnessing these episodes, and some of them, like you're talking over, after 1 week you've lost another one, and that must be quite painful. Now I want to bring in Alina. Kindly, Alina, help us unpack that experience.
Wow. No, I'm so sorry, Dorothy. In this lifetime, it feels like you have lived losses and pain and sorrows. And honestly, even as a psychologist, I cannot even imagine how you lived this, survived this. It must be extremely painful. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through all those deaths. And there has been so much. And you can just tell by it. Just what Dorothy has just talked about. There's so much to unpack.
Yeah,
I don't
quite a
even
lot.
think we even have time to unpack.
Yes.
I would just mention one because this session, as Dorothy is telling her story, I know there are people out there who can relate, you know, or they can see a part that they can relate with, and they're feeling they're also just stuck in that, and they don't know how to move, you know, from there, you know, from just hearing her describe, watching or witnessing the
All these- all
sisters
these
die, you know,
things,
for
you know.
instance. A lot of people don't
I'm
understand.
even wondering, like, how do you process that? How do you, you know, how do you move on? Yeah.
It takes a lot of work. But even just, for instance, watching a lot of people don't even know how people die. You've watched a couple, and I remember when you're talking about the first one, you know, your sister breathing once and then stopping for a while. People don't know that this is just a normal part of dying. When the body starts dying, it doesn't die once for majority of people, especially those that have been sick for a while. It dies slowly. And, you know, in my profession, we'll even learn how the body dies. So with that breathing, you know, a lot of people will be in a lot of distress, and there's a lot of a sound that even comes from the throat that is very disturbing. But it's just a normal. I'm just saying this for some of our audience that will have to go through this to know that what she was describing is normal part of dying. That is how a lot of people die as you transition slowly. And it must be so distressing to watch your loved one, you know, die. And then, of course, just I have to mention this, you know, with your brother in Kenyatta, the choking part where you felt like it was your fault. You know, a lot of us, when death comes, we look for reason why it was our fault. It's a way for us to, you know, identify and take fault and feel like it was our fault. But we've all had people choking. Haven't you? If you are a parent, you've even watched your child choke on things, but they didn't start vomiting blood. And this is to tell you that it's not your fault. Like, your brother was very sick, and things were just moving. You did not facilitate the death. It is not your fault. Whether you had fed him the uji or not, he would have still passed on most probably. So do not take fault. People choke, unless it's a meat that closes the pathway kabisa and you stop breathing, then we can say, yes, they died of choking. Your brother did not die of choking. Your brother died of underlying conditions.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of pain going on in your life, but just know you did not kill him.
Anyone, actually.
Yeah, you did not kill, you did not even facilitate, to his death. It was just the normal choking. Normal people choke and they continue living. This one, he was still too gone. That's why by that time he wasn't eating. Probably the process of dying had already begun. So it's not your fault. As you're mourning so many other pains, things that you think it's your fault, this is not one of them. So please take it. It's not your fault. And there's nothing that you could have done to make him continue living. That was doctor's job, and they also tried, because you're saying they really tried. That is one thing you said. You even overheard them, that they really tried. So it's not your fault, and I want you to remember that. Another thing.
And as you go to that other thing, Alina, sorry for interjection, what do you have to say to our viewers who feel like, I didn't do enough. If I was present, my loved one would not have died, and maybe it was my fault. What, just like a word for them. And now they live in that guilt. They're killing themselves with, they're regretting why they didn't do 1, 2, 3, 4,
Just like I started by saying, when our loved ones die, that is where we go.
Yeah.
In fact, it's such an automatic
Almost
place.
all of us.
All of us, we actually go there. What is it that I could have done? What is it that I didn't do? Like, it doesn't even matter whether it's, like, people create those things for themselves. And that is why, for instance, when you come to me as a specialist now to support you in your grief journey, that is one of the places I go to. What have you owned in this part? Because losing someone, even without guilt, is hard. Losing someone and then you've taken it, it's your fault. It almost becomes impossible to even grieve that, because it's your fault. Like, how can you take fault? Like, good people are not able, with proper consciousness, they are not able to live with that fact. So they are not able to process the death and go through the stages and the emotions and, get to acceptance.
Yeah.
So what I can tell our viewers, if you identify, for most part, if you reason with someone, you will realize it's actually not your fault, because we assign ourselves a lot of power. Like, we have the power to kill you, because some people will be like, I didn't pray for you, or I didn't know, or I slept this time and I didn't pray and they died.
Yes,
That is giving ourselves so much power.
That's what I told myself when my father passed on. And I was like, if I was just around my dad, I would have maybe gone to a better facility, taken him to a better facility. And then I also remembered I didn't pray for my father.
Yes.
Yeah, so now that guilt.
How many people haven't you prayed for and they haven't died? Or they died?
Even after praying.
Like that's why I want people to recognize it's a response. And when you have a response, then you need to remind yourself of facts. Like, seriously, there are people you pray for, they die. There are those you don't pray for. Like, how much power do you think you have? Because if it was prayers, then why didn't you go to Kenyatta and pray for all those people and say, God, heal them, and then they are healed and they are out? She prayed a lot for the brother. You even went to, like, mountain kind of setup to go and pray for you to come back on Sunday and on Monday. He's gone. So what I would like to tell people, don't assign this blame. You're giving yourself too much power that you actually don't have. You don't have that much power over saying whether somebody dies or not. It's not within our control. And a lot of that, you can also get a specialist, honestly. I feel like that guilt part can be very haunting and stop the process of grief. You don't need a counselor to go through grief. But if you realize there are obstacles for you to... of course, we don't have time. There's another thing she also mentioned about... mourning these people even before they died. And a lot of people also take a lot of fault in that. All these reasons that people pick is because you can clearly see you had already identified what death looked like. And a lot of your family members, they followed a specific, how the dying was occurring. So people mourn the loved ones that are not dead even before they die all the time, and it's a normal part of grieving process. So nobody should take fault that they grieved their loved one before it even happened. And also, getting closure is very important. For instance, you didn't get to bury your mom. It's your mom, right? Yeah, because you were not there. What I would advise people who, like you, they were not able to get that chance to get closure, because that's what in our society, seeing our dead person, burying them, being part of the rituals that go on with death, it gives us closure, somehow, some form of closure. And therefore, what on a normal basis I would support, people to deal with that, is to find their own way to find closure. And that I will not outline it here because we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
But it's something that a specialist can support you to find closure on your own, so that you can continue the grieving process without that becoming an obstacle. Yes. Yes.
Wow, there's a lot to discuss under this topic, and I feel like because of time, we will have to pause at that. But we want to, the discussion will continue. We will further this dialogue on death or loss and grief due to death. And wow, it's been such a moment. And Dorothy, I'm looking at this one thing, like a person who has picked a broken pieces and made some good art with it, because you also giving hope to people. You talked about being a leader at church. People run to you for help, for counseling. Anybody going through grief, they just landing on you, and they just want that glimpse of hope. How does that feel like, bearing that image of you, the hope, and yet inside, inwardly you're grieving?
I have been strong for people.
Yeah.
I've tried being strong for people, and people know that I'm strong. So anything to do with grief, you hear people saying, Dorothy will help her. Dorothy will help her. People don't know that I need help myself. But I do what I can do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I talk to someone, and then after that, after leaving them, I break down again.
So you comfort them, then
I
you
comfort
go
them,
cry, yeah.
and then I break down. Like there is somewhere we went for a funeral. The kids really cried. Some of them want to jump into the grave of their grandfather, and then after it was our another lady in church. After coming from the grave, wakati sasa wametulizwa, nilikuja kwa gari tulitoka nayo Nairobi. Nilipata driver wetu amekaa tu, nilimwambia tukimaliza kuzika hivi tunatoka. Niliingia hapo ndani, I cried. I really cried. So sometimes even talking to people, even consoling with people, ni kama inanitrigger tena, inafufua ile uchungu niko nayo. Every painful story I see in television, everywhere, sad news are everywhere, painful things are everywhere, they trigger me. Sometimes I don't cry, and that is the dangerous part. When I don't cry, hiyo kitu imeniingia tu na nimekaa tu sitaki kulia, I get sick. And in this journey of grief, I've been admitted so many times. I've been sickling, and I was not like that. Naeza pata nimekuwa mgonjwa dakika moja kwa sababu nimesikia news, na hiyo news nasikia sasa umama anafilaje. So I tend to carry people's burden so much. When mtu yeyote ambaye ako karibu na mimi ako in grief ama ako na painful story, unapata nabeba hiyo mzigo sana. Nambebea hiyo mzigo, but ninaumia. It changes.
It is like they are just triggers,
Yeah,
and
ni triggers to
kama
every
kutonesha
story.
kidonda.
Yeah.
And if maybe I would ask you as a parting shot, like how does healing look like to you?
Healing. I don't know how to answer that question, but healing would mean this woman who is pain free is because the pain I've carried in my heart. If Dorothy can be that woman who is pain free, who is not, I don't know whether I am bitter or you know, I don't even know myself now. I don't know whether.
Yeah, I heard you
I
say
don't-
that
yeah.
you, since you knew yourself, you were, like, in pain throughout. It's like your
Yeah.
life has been pain, because
Yeah,
at
it has
12
been
years,
pain.
Yeah.
I can't even say like
There's a
people say,
moment,
"Ati, I miss the
I miss
former
my,
me."
yes.
Where is the former me? Where is that former me? Maybe when I joined high school, Form 1 and Form 2, maybe that moment, I think maybe it's as if I forgot about so many things. Form 1 and Form 2. And after that, these deaths started. By Form 1, I had forgotten the pain that
The baby
Vida,
sister,
the baby sister, because now there were other kids. But Form 1 and Form 2, I think I was pain free. Now, if I sit down and say that I miss the former Dorothy, I don't know the
You don't know the
Dorothy.
former, the
I've
Dorothy
never
you're
seen the
looking at.
Dorothy who did not have pain,
Pain,
at
yeah.
some point. I've always had pain. Pain after the other, pain after the other. And then there's this thing. Before someone dies, I've already started crying. Nikishaona tu dalili ya ugonjwa, nishaona tu mtu ni mgonjwa, najua tu hii ni kifo. So nimeanza kulia kitambo. Tena ndiye akufe, tena baada ya kutoka kwa matanga ndio sasa nalia vizuri. And before I mourn vizuri, another one comes. So sometimes I find myself crying. I don't know whether sijui leo nalia nani, because sometimes I just wake up at night, I find myself crying, and I'm asking myself, now leo ni nani? Who are we mourning today? I'm just not me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The healed Dorothy vile anaweza kaa.
But you've never tasted that
Yeah,
bit of
I've never tasted
being
that.
whole. And maybe, Alina, what's your parting shot? Even we can't exhaust everything, but and especially as you wind up, just one or two things on coping mechanisms, like, yeah. I don't know, this is a whole session again, but just give us your parting shot.
Yeah, this was quite heavy. And honestly, I admire the courage to even share your story. And because I think a lot of time we share our stories because we have healed. You know, as a testimony that we
Yeah.
have healed, we've overcome, we are pain-free and all of that. But we are forgetting a lot of people are in the pain. And I think there's also a lot of courage and that can just be seen, because a lot of people can now relate, because a lot of people are mourning out here, no support, they haven't even processed. So you just an emblem of courage. And I don't even want to use strong, because I feel like strong has been so misused in your life. And I'm telling you, I'm so happy that in this space that you didn't have to be strong, you know, to just find a space to share your story. And what I can just say for a fact, a lot of, I don't know whether just you or even the people, our viewers out there, if you feel like you can relate to this story, the triggers and all of that, seek support. It's high time you got to meet who you are, because pain can change who we are. Because it gets to even shatter our worldview. Because I know you can't remember, but as a child, there must have been a joy, you know, that's, you know, looking forward to life. You can't even remember that anymore. But there's still hope. This is what I want to say. There's still hope. And the first step, telling your stories and supporting people. And I know you mentioned before this that you plan to support people now for real, when you've healed and you want them to find their own healing.
Yes.
And there's so much hope for you and in your journey. And you've already taken a lot of first steps. to recognize that you don't even know yourself. You haven't met yourself yet. And personally, I'm so looking forward to meeting who that is.
Yes.
But there's so much hope. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't end here. It doesn't end with pain. And I'm not saying death, like from now on, you will never have to face death, but you will find ways to be supported. Because if I told you this is it, you suffered enough, I don't have that power, unfortunately, to tell you. And to tell our viewers, pains will always be part of our lives, but we have inbuilt capacities. Before life distorts it, we have capacity to heal.
I really
All
love
of us
that.
have
I love
capacity to
that.
heal.
Yes.
And that capacity doesn't die because we've gone through so much loss or so much pain. That capacity is still there. We just need to find it. We may need support from somebody to help us, retrieve it, because it's still there. That is how God created us, with capacity to heal, with capacity to emerge from the pain and cope well. Because it's not the losses only, it's lack of dealing with it, processing it, to be able to still live and thrive, even in the midst of the pain, not even with the pain. Because in this world, even the Bible said, we will come through sufferings.
Yeah.
We will find all of them.
No one has immunity to suffering.
Yeah. And these things are happening to everyone. That is why I'm happy you're sharing your story, because there's this, people feel like I'm going through this alone. There's nobody else in this world. I'm sure you feel the same, like nobody else has gone through all this pain. But I am telling you, if we sat down here, we could find someone. Me going into psychology is because I found someone who had lost their 6 children. They were remaining with 1. Both parents are alive. And I remember I have nothing to tell them. Like, I need to support myself, to support other people.
Them,
Yeah, so, but here we are today, just being able to support people who are going through loss.
Yeah.
So my parting shot, it doesn't always end like this. Choose to decide it will not end like this. Thank you.
Asante sana, Alina. I truly appreciate your insight, your sentiments, and your support to even our viewers. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. I truly appreciate your presence in My Beautiful Scars.
Thank you.
God bless you so much. And Dorothy, again, I'm looking at things that shattered you, or things that, put you down, things that, appeared like destroyers in your life. The ones that now you're going to use, like to bring hope and to meet light and to meet, your real self. So there is still hope, and at RTT we are pledging to walk this journey with you until we see Dorothy meeting herself, because she's still intact.
Yes.
You are not broken.
Not at
You're
all.
not at all. You're not broken. The energy, the capacity is still within. And
Yes.
so anything that distorted that capacity, or not capacity, that worldview and everything, we are going to support you to rise up again. So to my viewers, thank you so much for watching this episode. My Beautiful Scars is a space. We hold a space for you just to express yourself, to learn, and also to heal. And till next time, God bless you so much. If you want to support our guest's journey of healing, you can just, send anything that you can, because she's not the only one. We have others who need your support, who need therapy. To them, therapy, counseling, coaching is just a luxury. They can't afford it. We are, as an organization, getting so many requests for people who want support to just meet themselves or to overcome the overwhelming issues that they are facing and they are battling. So if you're willing, if you're touched and you want to partner with us, there's so many ways of doing that. Either send your financial support or get in touch with us. You can also join our group. We have a peer support group for loss and grief. So you just email us, info@rttke.org, and we are going to, respond to your concern. So God bless you so much. And till next time, I am glad that we had, this session and this episode. God bless you.